Welcome to the Daily Destiny with Jessie B podcast. I am Jessie Christensen, and my mission is to inspire and empower you to create healthy habits in your life that unlock and extend your influence for Christ. And first off, I just want to say thank you for taking some time out of your day, whether you are getting ready, putting on some makeup, maybe you're driving, just to jump on this podcast. I have really been enjoying this new platform. I never thought I would enjoy it as much as I do, but I love it. I love sharing my heart, and I love connecting with you. So thanks again for jumping on this podcast. And on today's episode, I think it's time that I finally share how I really feel about living in Arizona. And so I want to start by asking you a few questions. What if stepping out of your comfort zone meant you would find God's purpose for your life? Would you still step out knowing that you would have to leave your family, your friends, and the only life that you knew? See, 3 years ago, actually it was a little over 3 years ago, back in July, it's 3 years, I felt God nudging me to leave this life, the only life that I knew up in Seattle, leave my comfortable job at Seattle Pacific University, and move away from my family. And guess what? That was hard, right? Then I felt, when I was down here in Arizona, God led me to a job at an unfamiliar nonprofit that challenged my administration abilities, and that was hard. And then God really led me into the position to lead a women's Bible study, which I've never done before up in Seattle. And guess what? That was hard. And then he started opening up doors. He started placing passion upon my heart. And he led me to start this ministry, which brought a lot more vulnerability in my life that I really didn't expect. And that was hard. And there are physical aches from being away from my family as I watched them celebrate another birthday that I'm missing. There are many lonely nights on the phone with my family wishing I was there to just play with my nephews, to drop by my parents' house whenever I want, or simply just work out with my sister. And there are many tears being wiped away from feeling challenged in my ability and my beliefs in my current job and my ministry. And there are many, and there's much unwanted confusion for this unknown future. It is hard. It's hard to step away from something that I was so comfortable with, so familiar with in Seattle, to something that has really been unknown. It has been hard. But you know what would be harder? Living outside of God's plan for my life. See, I know that if I stayed in Seattle, I would be comfortable. I would be in a job that doesn't challenge me. I would be living just to go home on the weekends to be with my family. And most likely I would not be involved in church, much less leading a Bible study and pursuing ministry. See, when I was up in Seattle, I didn't have a home church. I kind of went whenever I felt like it. So the fact that I am here planted in this church is something that never would have happened if I didn't leave that comfort zone in Seattle. So moving away, starting a ministry, working at a nonprofit, it is hard some days. But I know that I am in the lane that God wants me to be in. I have purpose, I have passion, I have vision, I have dreams again. See, God continues to stretch me into the potential that I don't always see in myself. And so I have discovered that over the past 3 years being down here in Phoenix, that I am able to continually be uncomfortable and away from my family because I choose my calling over my comfort. The purpose that God has placed on my life down here compels me to keep moving forward even when my heart aches for the comfort and ease of my family. And let me tell you, that ache is real. There has been like physical ache when I just see my family celebrate another birthday. But again, the purpose that I have down here, that compels me to keep moving forward, even in the pain. And so we all have a specific calling and a purpose on our life that we are meant to fulfill. I truly believe that. That is why I love I decided to call this Daily Destiny because I believe we all have a destiny today and in our future, in our life that God has for us. But we have to choose to daily walk forward into our purpose and to daily choose our calling over our comfort. And choosing our calling is not always easy. It's not. Obviously, through the story of my pains that I've shared, it's not easy. And it's not always comfortable. It's not always perfect. It doesn't always look perfect. It can be messy. It could be scary. But when we can truly love God with all of our heart, our soul, and our mind, and our strength, then I believe that we'll be confident of where we came from and then where God is leading us, because we can trust God's faithfulness for our life. And when we have a real relationship with our Creator of the universe and can acknowledge that we cannot do this life on our own, that will compel us to move forward. So we need to trust Him to lead us even into the unknown, and even if it's uncomfortable. So I just want to encourage you to choose your calling over your comfort. Choose your progress over your comfort. Choose your growth over your comfort. Choose Jesus over your comfort. Because there is a peace that surpasses all understanding when you are walking in God's purpose for your life. The place where you grow and become sharper versions of yourself. See, your calling is the very place that God calls you to be, which most times is never comfortable, right? But there's purpose there. See, most days I would rather be in the comfort of my family in Washington. I'd rather be playing hide and seek with my nephews. I would rather be watching the Seahawks game from my parents' living room with the comfort of pumpkin spice candles and taco soup around me. But I know that comfort, it is the very thing we long for, yet comfort also stalls us from becoming all God created us to be. Comfort constrains us. Comfort limits us. Comfort binds us from an ordinary life when we were called to step out into an extraordinary life that is already planned for us. So yeah, it is hard to leave my family every time I go visit them, but it is harder to do life outside of God's plan for my life. Because outside of God, outside of Jesus, nothing makes sense to me. And I just want to leave you with this quote from Christine Caine. She said, "The pain of regret is worse than the pain of obedience." So I hope this episode can just encourage you to step out of your comfort zone, because I truly believe that your extraordinary life is waiting for you. Abundant life that God promised you is right outside your comfort zone. So thanks again for listening to this podcast, listening to this episode. Again, I so appreciate each and every one of you. And I do want to leave you with something I just created, because as we are heading into the holiday season, also, we know that we're going to be pulled into a million different directions the moment that we wake up. So making sure that we fuel our body not only with good nutrition, but also often, is important to keep us going and keeping our energy levels up, especially during this holiday season. However, making a full meal every time, well, that just takes time. And so that is why I call it the best cheat sheet for easy protein-packed on-the-go meals and snacks for your body, so you can spend less time in the kitchen and more time slaying your day or shopping or doing whatever holiday activities that you want. These will help keep you full and keep your energy levels up. So this is a cheat sheet for easy protein-packed on-the-go meals and snacks. This is for you. It's completely free. I'll put it in the link below. And so again, thank you guys for joining me. I would love to stay in touch. I'm such a connector. You can find me on social media. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I'd love to connect with you. Thank you guys again for jumping on. I hope you guys have a great rest of the day. I am on my way right now actually to go to, this weekend I'm going to San Diego for a Propel event, a Propel Ministry by Christine Caine. So I'm going to go enjoy the beach, and I hope you have a great weekend as well. And I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.